What if I told you that £100, just £100 could be the start of your journey to financial freedom? Most people actually overlook small amounts thinking that they are insignificant, and I don't blame them because I used to think the same. I relocated to the UK almost 5 years ago, and when I started investing here in the UK, I actually started with £100 into a Vanguard account, and today that account has grown to almost £30,000. And I know it's a big deal because according to some reports, the average pension pot for people in their 30s is around £45,000, and most of them have been contributing for over 10 years. This experience has taught me to actually start with what I have and then grow from there. And when I try to help people with their finances, the same principle also apply. I tell them, start with what you have. Another lesson that this taught me is the fact that the way you handle small amounts, small sums, builds the necessary muscle that would help you handle large sums when they come into your hands. So enough of that. Today I'm going to walk you through 7 powerful ways that you can invest £100, and there are simple strategies that anyone, and I mean anyone, can implement. But before I continue, there are some assumptions that I need to get out of the way. Number 1, these investments are for long-term goals like retirement. That is, investing for 10 years plus, not short-term goals like emergency fund, building your emergency fund, or to fund your lifestyle like maybe a holiday or something. That means that you won't see things like high yield savings account as part of what you can do, because that's usually for short-term goals. Secondly, before investing, it's important that you don't have any high interest debt. For example, credit card debt, payday loan, and the likes. You also have to have an emergency fund in place. If that's not the case for you, please, investing is not for you at the moment. And I mean when I say this, your main goal at the moment should be paying off those debts if you have high interest debts. And as for emergency funds, if you don't have them, I believe that there are 2 categories of people, right? Either you're starting from zero, then I would say don't invest. Try to save up to £1,000 or at least 1 month of your essential expenses. Or if you already have something saved, maybe you already have £1,000 saved, then you could invest while also contributing to your emergency fund. So that is that out of the way. If this makes sense, please hit the like button so more people can actually discover this video. Thank you. With those assumptions out of the way, let's dive in. The first investment that we would actually talk about usually gives the highest return and have the lowest risks. Just think about that. Something that has the highest return and the lowest risk. In fact, I believe that you should seriously consider this investment, and that is investing in yourself. The truth is, the best investment you can make is in yourself. Not crypto, not the stock market, but you. You need to bet on yourself, and with just £20-30 you can gain skills that would actually double or even triple your income. Personally, since I've moved to the UK, I've tripled my income from those early days just by investing in myself, reading books, doing courses on platforms like Udemy, Coursera, Skillshare, trying to get a certification, or maybe just buying lunch to have a chat with someone that is a lot more knowledgeable than me, or spending countless hours learning stuff on YouTube. I have never regretted investing in myself. I remember paying for a project management mentorship when I came to the UK newly, and that mentorship was directly responsible for me landing a job in 6 months' time. The next investment that I think you can invest in with £100 is commodities, precious metals, specifically gold and silver. Gold and silver have actually been used by civilizations for thousands of years. They've been instrumental in the development of trade through the history of the world and in the development of monetary systems. And historically, gold and silver have always maintained their value over time. Even today, they remain a hedge against inflation, unlike the money as we know it today that can be printed at will by the government, causing all sorts of issues. The supply of gold and silver is limited, therefore giving them intrinsic value. The government can't just wake up tomorrow and print more gold, right? So that's the advantage. They are tangible assets. All of these reasons make them a very good asset to invest in. The values will grow with time, and maybe not as much as stocks, but it's actually a good buy and they appreciate over time. To buy precious metals, you can either buy it as an ETF on platforms like Trading 212, or you buy physical metals, gold and silver, which is actually my preference. The next investment is to invest in index funds. Think of index funds as a fruit basket, right? That is filled with different fruits. Now replace those fruits with companies. A good example of an index fund will be the top 500 companies in the US that is called the S&P 500. The criteria for determining these companies are already predetermined. You have nothing to do with it. It's outside your control. But what we can do and what's within our control is once a company joins this club, we then buy that index or we buy the index funds. An example is the Vanguard VUSA that mimics the S&P 500 index, and your fund automatically buys a piece of all the companies that make up this fund. The Apples of this world, the Amazon, Google, all of them make up the S&P 500. And when you buy that one fund, you're actually buying into all the other companies. And one reason why almost everyone raves about index funds are because they are low cost, with fees as low as 0.07%. Index funds let your money grow without fees eating into your returns. Index funds are simple, they are powerful, and they're actually proven. So the $1,000,000 question is, how do you buy them, right? You need to pick a platform. And before shooting this video, I would have said, start with the Vanguard platform, which was what I started with back in the day. But they've changed their fees just some few weeks ago, and in good conscience, I can't tell people, especially people just starting out investing, to actually use the platform. I would recommend the platform like maybe Trading 212 and the likes. But do a Google search, look at comparison sites, compare different platforms, but watch out for their fees. You don't want to pay fees for investing, especially if you're investing something like £100. It doesn't make sense. The next investment, do you want to invest in real estate? Everyone says invest in real estate, but you don't want to actually deal with tenants. REITs is the option for you. With REITs, real estate investment trust, it allows you to own a slice of malls, offices, apartments, even for as little as £100. REITs are basically a company that owns or operates or even finance income generating or commercial real estate. They make it possible for the average guy like you and me, right, to benefit from real estate. So with just £100, you can invest in the REITs company, which is how the company would raise funds, by pulling money from different investors. These funds that are raised is then now invested in property. The property in turn generates rental income, and the company distributes profits in the form of dividends. The next set of investments that we'll look at are actually high risk, high reward investments, and I sincerely believe that you should only do them when you're knowledgeable and when you're confident. Let's talk about individual stocks. There are lots of TikToks out there, right, that would say if you invested £1,000 in Nvidia in 1999 without adding a single dime, it will be worth over about £600,000 today. But how do you know which company to pick? Some say it's like gambling, and I don't blame them. While there are analyses that should be done before you can invest in a company, analysis that involves looking into their financial statements, studying the company's leadership, understanding their long-term goal, how do they make money as a business, calculating things like the PE ratio, just to name a few. You don't need to have thousands of pounds to start investing in individual stocks. Platform like eToro, Trading 212 that I've mentioned before allows you to buy fractional shares, meaning you can buy a piece of Apple or a piece of Tesla's share, even if you have just £1. The next investment that we'll talk about is the king of high risk, high reward, which is crypto. When you mention it, it makes people either excited or nervous, right? With crypto, your £100 can basically skyrocket to £1,000 overnight. And just as easily as that, it could plummet to £1. I know we have all heard the stories of someone that bought Bitcoin in 2013 and became a millionaire. That's amazing, right? But what we don't hear is the fact that there are a lot more people that bought some coin at its peak and saw their investment literally disappear, poof, into the air. So here is how I treat crypto, right? I see crypto as speculation at the moment, and I would only advise to invest a little part of your assets into crypto, not more than 5%. While crypto is exciting, it's also a target for scams and hackers. So to keep your investment safe, I recommend using reputable platforms. Coinbase comes to mind. Also enable two-factor authentication. It's an easy step, but it adds that extra layer of protection. Remember, in the crypto world, protecting your investment is as much as important as actually making it. And lastly, have you ever dreamed of being an early investor in maybe the next Uber or the next Airbnb? Venture crowdfunding makes that possible. Now, this is your chance to actually back exciting startups with innovative ideas, or maybe just a normal company. And you don't have to be a dragon to invest in these exciting businesses.
Hello, dragons!
I'd worry that it's all fur coat and no knickers.
I'm going to bring you right down to earth.
I would like to know what they know, not what you know.
Just helping out.
No, thank you.
This could be a very, very quick exit for you.
But let's be real, this is a high stakes game. The reward can be huge, but so are also the risks. And here's how it works. You invest a small amount in a startup for equity in that business, and if the business takes off, become a success, your return could multiply many times over. Imagine owning a tiny slice of a company that eventually goes public. That's cashing in big. Let's not forget the reality though. For every successful startup out there, there are countless others that don't see the light of day. In fact, over 90% of startups fail, and that's some serious statistics for you to consider. And that's why you should only invest money that you're prepared to actually lose. Think of it like planting seeds. Some will grow, but many will not. And there are platforms that can help you achieve this. Platforms like Seeders and Crowdcube. They've made venture crowdfunding a lot more accessible than it used to be, or it would have been in the past. You can browse a wide range of startups from tech to sustainable fashion, and you could actually start investing with as little as £10. Just look at this email from Crowdcube that is showing me companies to consider. It was just sent literally some days ago. But here's the golden rule: diversify. Instead of putting all your money in one company, spread it across our company. That way, even if some fail, the winner could actually make up for the loss of all the others. All you need is just for one company to be a success. Before you actually invest, do some research. So there you have it. Simple, actionable ways to start investing with just £100. Whether you choose to invest in yourself, you choose gold, index funds, or even venture crowdfunding, the takeaway is this: it's not about the amounts. It's about starting the habit of investing and building that muscle over time. Remember, every financial journey actually starts with a single step. Even the smallest investment can grow into something meaningful. Now, I have a challenge for you. Pick one of those strategies and take action today. Start with £100, start with £10, start with £30, start with £40. Whatever you can afford, start today and start building a financial future. And if you found this video helpful, hit the like button so more people can find it. And don't forget to subscribe for weekly videos like this to grow your wealth, build financial confidence, and achieve your goals. Finally, let me know in the comments which of these investment strategies that you're going to try first. I'd love to hear your thoughts, and I'll be reading and rooting for you to grow your wealth in 2025. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.